Students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sagar Pandya and today we are going to start with the second part of one of the most interesting and one of the most beautiful chapter of our syllabus, that is chapter number 10, Cold War. Let's begin. So till last time we started learning about Cold War. Today we are going to start with aftermath of Cold War. Now, during the period of Cold War, there were many factors which were threatened by the very future of mankind. Factors क्या था? If you all remember, हम लोगों ने last time factors पढ़े थे. Factors that were really very much characterizing the Cold War. Like for example, हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था about arms race. We studied about war. We studied about political pressure. There were different nations who created some kind of pressures which were created with respect to economy, with respect to society, with respect to mutual faith. मतलब भरोसा नहीं था. So they included the political misunderstanding among the nations, and world's nations started splitting into two distinct groups. Priorities to secret political moves and treaties started, and there was absence of I would rather say priority given to the process of disarmament. The use of science and technology for producing destructive weapons started, and neglecting of basic important issues like food, clothing and housing came across. Both USA and Soviet Russia had to pay very heavily for their strategies of letting the situation of Cold War prevail over long period. ऐसा time हो गया था that world was divided, जैसे हम लोगों ने देखा, into two parts, USA and USSR, and this world was called as bipolar world, or this process was called as bipolarization. The consequence of dissolution of Soviet Russia left USA as the only superpower in the world. जैसे USSR divide हो गया, disintegrate हो गया, last वीडियो में हमने देखा था 1991 में वो डिसइंटीग्रेट हो गया, यूएसएसआर का 15 कंट्रीज डिवाइड हो गया था. नाउ वी शैल रिव्यू द ट्रीटीज. देयर वाज ओनली वन सुपर पावर लेफ्ट. तो ट्रीटीज कौन से थे? विच वर अग्रीमेंट्स दैट वर साइंड बाय अमेरिका एंड सोवियत रशिया ड्यूरिंग द पीरियड ऑफ कोल्ड वॉर. स्टार्टिंग विद द फर्स्ट ट्रीटी, NATO treaty. NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. This was signed and it was an alliance to protect 29 European countries from the expansionist policy of Soviet Russia. Its members included Norway, France, Italy, Denmark, Great Britain, America, Netherlands, Portugal, Turkey, West Germany, Greece, Belgium, Canada, Iceland, Luxembourg and Spain. Few of the important terms included in NATO alliance are as follows. Like for example, an attack on any of the member countries of the alliance would be treated as an attack on all members of the countries. Like एक country के ऊपर इसमें से अटैक किया कोई भी communist nation ने, तो every country will be attacking that nation. And all of the member countries will try to maintain peace and security. अगर ये maintain नहीं हुआ तो, मतलब war नहीं हुआ तो we will be maintaining peace and security, that is for sure. Any of the mutual issues among the member countries shall be resolved through discussions. The headquarters of NATO are in Paris, that is in France, the capital of France. America had a significant influence in the decision-making process of NATO. To counter America's influential position in NATO, Soviet Russia brought together communist countries in Europe and signed a treaty. एक साइड पे NATO बनाया, किसने? अमेरिका ने. तो दूसरे साइड पे रशिया चुप बैठने वाला था क्या? नहीं. यूएसएसआर ने बनाया वॉर्सो पैक्ट. कौन सा पैक्ट? वॉर्सो पैक्ट. कौन सा कंट्रीज था? कम्युनिस्ट कंट्रीज. द नेक्स्ट ट्रीटी जिसके बारे में हम लोग पढ़ने वाले हैं इज द एंजस ट्रीटी. नाउ A for Australia, NZ for New Zealand, US, that is United States of America, ANZUS. This treaty was signed on 1st of September 1951, मेरे बर्थडे के दिन. This treaty, signed by the three nations for their collective security, is commonly known as ANZUS Treaty. These nations are in the Pacific Ocean region, and hence this treaty is also called as Three-Way Defense Pact in the Pacific region. That is Three-Way Defense Pact, तीन नेशन, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, न्यूजीलैंड एंड यूएस. This was a first instance जहां पे it's kind of two nations in the British Commonwealth were independently making a pact with America, and in a way it indicated that these countries did not want England and France. इनको अपर हैंड इंग्लैंड एंड फ्रांस का नहीं चाहिए था. नेशनल सिक्योरिटी के नाम पे इंग्लैंड एंड फ्रांस नहीं चाहिए था. क्यों? बिकॉज पहले भी हमने देखा था इंग्लैंड एंड फ्रांस वर वेरी मच फेमस फॉर व्हाट? कॉलोनाइजेशन. imperialism, domination of an undeveloped nation by a developed nation. So this treaty had one more objective, to protect the countries in Pacific Ocean from the communist China. मतलब हमको कम्युनिज्म में भी नहीं जाना, हम कैपिटलिज्म में ही रहेंगे, कैपिटलिज्म के साथ साथ इंग्लैंड एंड फ्रांस के प्रेशर में भी नहीं आएंगे. नेक्स्ट ट्रीटी जिसके बारे में हम लोग पढ़ने वाले हैं, दैट वाज फॉर बेसिकली साउथ ईस्ट एशियन कंट्रीज. दिस वाज कॉल्ड एज सियाटो, दैट इज साउथ ईस्ट एशियन ट्रीटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. नाउ इंग्लैंड, अमेरिका, फ्रांस, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, थाईलैंड, न्यूजीलैंड, Pakistan and Philippines came together and signed a treaty on 8th of September 1954 to ensure the collective defense of the countries in Southeast Asia. मतलब ये Southeast Asian countries को protect करने के लिए था. Obviously, this treaty was also called as Southeast Asia Collective Defense Treaty, also called as Manila Pact. क्या ला? Manila. This pact was mainly intended to stop the spread of communism in Southeast Asia, and it was decided that if any of the nation included in the pact was attacked, then other nations signed the pact would collectively stand up against it, and in the times of peace they would extend help. Help किसके लिए था? For social and economic development for each other. However, there were a number of flaws in the treaty. मतलब कुछ ना कुछ उसमें loopholes थे, restrictions थे, जो लोगों को मतलब वो countries को नहीं दिखाई दिया. Although it was named as a treaty of Southeast Asian countries, only 3 countries from Asia, namely Thailand, Philippines and Pakistan, these 3 countries were included in it. Rest all were Western nations who neither geographically nor historically had an affiliation with the 3 Asian countries. Affiliation matlab some kind of inclusion, there's some kind of connection which was not there. They were geographically distanced from Asia by thousands of kilometers, and they did not have any deep understanding of the problems of Asian countries. Therefore, the military viability of this treaty was very limited. मतलब viability मतलब जहाँ पे ये लोग कंट्रोल करते थे, वहाँ पे जो लोग कंट्रोल ले सकते थे वो बहुत कम था, कनेक्ट ही नहीं था. The headquarters of SEATO was located in Thailand. However, the organization did not have its own military. That is why in 1973 Pakistan withdrew from it. 1975, France stopped providing monetary help to this organization, and finally on 30th of June 1977, this organization was officially dissolved. The next organization जिसके बारे में हम लोग पढ़ने वाले हैं, CENTO, Central Treaty Organization. Now this was known earlier as Baghdad Pact, also called as Middle East Treaty Organization, also called as METO, Middle East Treaty Organization. It's a treaty among 4 nations, namely Turkey, Pakistan, Iran and England. This treaty was signed on 24th of February 1955. Iraq joined later. ये टाइम वैसा था ना जब 1958 में there was a military coup of the monarch of Iraq. Monarch मतलब kingship चलता था. Was removed from the power and Iraqi Republic, the government that favored the Western countries, the new regime opposed Baghdad Pact, and Iraq withdrew from it in 1959. So with this, the name of the pact was changed to CENTO, that is Central Treaty Organization. Its headquarters were moved to Ankara. Ankara is a place in Turkey. America encouraged them to continue this treaty with an intention to put a check on the spread of communism by Soviet Russia. America started providing the member nations of CENTO economic and military aid. Can you imagine? अमेरिका हेल्प क्यों करने लगा? बिकॉज वहां से एक साइड पे से हाथ उठ गया, मतलब दूसरे साइड पे अमेरिका सीधा मौका देखेगा. मतलब अमेरिका के दिमाग में चालू हो गया था मौका. क्यों? बिकॉज सोवियत रशिया वो टाइम पे अटैक कर सकता था, एंड इट वॉज अफ्रेड दैट इफ सोवियत रशिया अटैक्ड एनी ऑफ द मेंबर नेशन, देन ऑल द मेंबर नेशन शुड फाइट इट कलेक्टिवली. That is why, however, if such situation emerged in reality, some of the member countries had military capacity to fight, excepting United Kingdom. Rest of the 3 were in need of economic and technological aid, but America was too involved in many other matters also, like to pay attention in many other matters, to pay attention to their needs, etc. Hence, the member nation of CENTO were not very much satisfied. They wanted to withdraw from this treaty and act independently. Iran and Pakistan withdrew from this treaty and CENTO became non-operational, and वो टाइम से CENTO treaty खत्म होने लगा. Next is Sino-Soviet Security Pact. अब ये Sino-Soviet, obviously Sino मतलब China, Soviet मतलब USSR, that is Soviet Russia. Earlier, Soviet Russia had signed a defense treaty with China, याद है 1950 में. Now this is the new treaty or new pact which was signed. Soviet Russia agreed to provide economic, industrial and technological aid to China, and that is why this affected very nice help to China. Dono communist bye bye. Warsaw Pact came across to oppose American policies and to strengthen communist nation. Soviet Russia brought together 7 communist countries in Eastern and Central European called as Eastern Bloc. मतलब ये ईस्टर्न ब्लॉक एक साथ जमा हो गया एंड दे साइंड अ ट्रीटी कॉल्ड एज वॉर्सो पैक्ट. ये 7 कंट्रीज कौन सा था? ये सब सोवियत यूनियन के फॉलोअर्स थे, यस. ये कम्युनिज्म के फॉलोअर्स थे, यस. अलोंग विद सोवियत रशिया, अल्बेनिया, बल्गेरिया, मतलब सोवियत रशिया, अल्बेनिया, बल्गेरिया, चेकोस्लोवाकिया, ईस्ट जर्मनी, हंगरी, पोलैंड एंड रोमानिया. They signed the treaty. Albania withdrew from it in 1968 later on. But there was a time when all these changes came across. So what was it all about? Let us learn. Now the question arises is, सबसे पहले इंडिया किसके साइड पे था? मतलब बीइंग एन इंडियन अपने दिमाग में सबसे पहले क्वेश्चन यही आता है. एक साइड पे था यूएसए और कैपिटलिज्म सपोर्ट करने वाले लोग, एक साइड पे था यूएसएसआर एंड कम्युनिज्म सपोर्ट करने वाले लोग. बट इंडिया किसके साइड पे था? इंडिया नेवर सपोर्टेड देम, नेवर हेटेड देम. एक ही कॉमन चीज था, इंडिया वॉज इंक्लूडेड कि भाई हम लोग ना किसी को हेट करेंगे ना किसी को सपोर्ट करेंगे, हम अपना खुद का एक अलग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बनाएंगे. एंड दिस मूवमेंट टुगेदर वॉज कॉल्ड एज non-aligned movement. So non-aligned policy of India, also called as NAM. NAM matlab non-aligned movement. After Second World War ended, without joining either Soviet Russia's allied group or America's allied group, India adopted the policy of development by its own efforts and to shape its own स्ट्रैटेजीज बनाया लीडिंग टूवर्ड्स पीस. वापस अभी रिसेंटली हम लोगों का देखो, सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वॉर खत्म हुआ है, 1945 का टाइम है, 1947 में इंडिया को इंडिपेंडेंस मिला, रिसेंटली इंडिपेंडेंस मिला है. हमको किसी को हेट्रेड नहीं दिखाना, ना ही किसी को सपोर्ट करना है, हमें अपना कंट्री डेवलप करना है. दैट वाज द ओनली मोटिव. Hence, this policy was called as non-aligned movement, where 5 different countries' premiers came together, and this NAM was led by the premier of our country, that is the prime minister of our country. कौन थे वो टाइम पे? the first prime minister of independent India. कौन थे? You guessed it right, Jawaharlal Nehru. So Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru of India, Dr. Ahmed Sukarno of Indonesia, Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, Gamal Abdel Nasser of Egypt, and Marshal Tito of Yugoslavia. They were the architects, they were the main heads of NAM, that is they were the makers of non-aligned movement. So ये non-aligned nations जब ये आए, they are also called as third world countries. तो क्यों ऐसा बोला जाता था? Let us learn. The nations which adopted an independent foreign policy based on the concept of peaceful coexistence support other nations in their independence struggle and does not involve themselves in the military agreements or bilateral treaties with the superpowers is known as non-aligned movement. Total bouncer कुछ नहीं समझा, अभी ध्यान से सुनना. Peaceful coexistence, वॉर हो चुका था, yes. सपोर्ट चाहिए था, yes. हम लोग पीसफुल रहेंगे, obviously. Will we be involved in any other nation या फिर any other head? No. Will there be any other bilateral treaty कि भाई मैं अमेरिका के साथ ट्रीटी साइन कर रहा है या मैं सोवियत रशिया के साथ ट्रीटी साइन कर रहा है? नो. सो इसके लिए नीदर ऑफ द सुपर पावर के साथ अगर हम लोग ज्वाइन हो रहे थे, बायलैटरल अग्रीमेंट साइन नहीं कर रहे थे, मिलिट्री अग्रीमेंट साइन नहीं कर रहे थे, दैट इज वाई वी वर इंक्लूडेड इन नॉन अलाइंड नेशंस. Non-alignment hence is a concept concerned with more with progress and peace than war and poverty. So it is more positive कि भाई हम लोगों को क्या करना है, we will be different from all these warlike situations. In 1961, a conference of non-aligned nation came across at Belgrade. Belgrade Conference was the first summit of non-aligned movement. Representatives of 25 countries were present for this conference, and it was decided or it was concluded with a declaration containing 27 columns. Kitna? 27 columns. It consisted of several demands such as stop aggression on Asia and Africa. South America पे aggression नहीं होना चाहिए. Make Algeria and Angola free. Because after independence और after decolonization process of United Nations then too, ये सब के ऊपर अभी भी अत्याचार हो रहा था. रादर इंडिया के इंडिपेंडेंस मिलने के बाद भी बहुत सारे ऐसे कॉलोनीज थे इन इंडिया इटसेल्फ जो कंट्रोल कर रहे थे दूसरे कंट्रीज, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल पोर्चुगीज, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल फ्रेंच. withdraw French army from Tunisia, stop intervention in Congo, policy of racism in South Africa, stop karna hai, and along with that give natural rights to Arabs in Palestine. So the next conference of non-aligned countries was held in October 1964 at Cairo, that is in Egypt. Prime Minister of India Lal Bahadur Shastri, the then Prime Minister of India, attended this conference, the second Prime Minister of India. The thrust of this conference, the base of this conference was on preparing global awareness कि भाई international global awareness हमको जानना है against forming the group of nation based on military consensus. मतलब on the basis of military consensus और military concerns के basis पे हम किसी का support नहीं लेंगे, ना ही हम किसी को support करेंगे. And establishment of military bases in foreign countries will also be there. The third conference of the non-aligned nations was held in September in 1970 at Lusaka, that is in Zambia. In conference, it was decided that non-aligned countries strengthened their unity, continue the policy of opposing military treaties, insist on equal status on international relations and attempt to enhance disarmament. Total bouncer कुछ नहीं समझा, ध्यान से सुनना वापस. Equal status on international relation मतलब कोई bias नहीं होगा, कोई partial नहीं होगा, इंडिया को equal status मिलेगा जैसे दूसरे countries को मिलता है. Enhance disarmament, that is stop the production of arms and ammunition and oppose military organization. अरे ये military organization या military treaty होता क्या है? NATO, CETO, CENTO, Warsaw, हम लोग उसको support नहीं करेंगे. Besides, it also revolved around end of colonialism and racism, to put more emphasis on mutual cooperation and to support United Nations. The fourth conference of the non-aligned nations was held in 1973 at Algeria. This conference put some demands such as developing a new economic system and establishing a system of reporting international news. मतलब एक ऐसा सिस्टम होना चाहिए जो फेयर न्यूज़ देगा, प्रॉपर न्यूज़ देगा, रियल न्यूज़ देगा. A system of reporting international news also in the next conference, that is in the fifth conference of non-aligned nations, was held in 1976 at Colombo, that is in Sri Lanka. It was decided in this conference to try to create a new global economy by lessening the influence of the superpowers in the field. So the next conference which came across was held in 1979, that is in Havana, Cuba. And in 1983, it was finally at New Delhi. The Palestinian cause and the support for the independence struggle of southwestern Africa, that is now also called as Namibia, was supported unanimously in the conference of New Delhi. So जितने भी ये conferences हुए, the conference of the non-aligned nation held at New Delhi was the seventh one, and India's Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, in her speech in this conference emphasized on freedom, development, disarmament and peace. वापस freedom, development, disarmament and peace. The main goal of this conference of non-aligned movement was that the progress in the development of member nation should be there, and in this conference held later on 1983 के बाद जो 1986 में हुआ था, that is in Zimbabwe, that is in Harare, a fund named Africa Fund was raised for providing necessary aid to the neighboring nations of South Africa. मतलब यहाँ पे जितने भी African problems चल रहे थे, African continent के countries में जो problems चल रहे थे, जो monetary problems चल रहे थे, जो economic problems चल रहे थे, उसके लिए fund raising चालू हुआ था. The issues of Namibia's, that is Southwest Africa's freedom and racialism, that is on the basis of racism of South Africa, were discussed. मैं काला, तू गोरा, मैं मोटा, तू पतला, ये सब नहीं चाहिए. In this conference held in 1992 at Jakarta, that is in Indonesia, a demand for more facilities in the field of commerce and trade as a demand for the restructuring of United Nations were put up. Finally, all these demands were put up in front of United Nations, and all these demands and conferences were really very much effective for bringing about change in certain countries of Asia and Africa. That's it from my side, dear students. Thank you so much. We'll meet you in the next video. Take care, like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye-bye.